I can't believe the time is almost upon us. The Dragon Ball FighterZ finals are finally gonna happen, and most likely we'll get the announcement of Season 3 of DLC. Now, I'm excited for Season 3 characters, but more than that, I'm excited for a balance patch. And since we're so close to Season 3, I thought it'd be a good time to summarize Season 2 in the final tier list. A bunch of you guys have been asking where I would put Gogeta, where I would put Broly. Well, this is it. This is the final tier list. Now, I've made a couple of tier lists in the past, but ever since then, I've learned a lot. And the major change that I'm gonna do to my previous tier list is I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of tiers. I really believe no characters in Dragon Ball are that weak to warrant having D tier, E tier, F tier. Man, I just didn't know how tier lists worked. Every character in Dragon Ball is scary with the right setups, with the right team. It is a 3-on-3 game, so even a bottom tier, you put them with 2 beam assists and hey, you got a decent team on your hands. You could have a better team, but it's still good. And that's why we're only gonna have S rank tiers, A rank, B rank, and C rank. And because making a tier list from scratch is a pain in the bottom, I thought this is a perfect time to also showcase some of the community's work. This YouTuber by the name of Dr. Blue has put together a survey, and almost 2,000 people answered the survey. The result was this tier list right here. This is the result of surveying 2,000 people. This is what the community thinks the tier list for Season 2 is. I commend Dr. Blue and his amazing work with this survey, but this tier list has a big problem, which is the characters are ranked by number of votes, which means they're all ranked wrong, right? They're not ranked from strongest to weakest, they're just ranked with the number of votes they got for that tier. If we look at the bottom, for instance, Jiren at the number 1 means he got the most votes for C tier. That doesn't mean he's the strongest character. If anything, it means he's the weakest. And that's what we're doing today. I'm giving you guys my personal tier list while analyzing the community's tier list and seeing what changes I would make. Because honestly, I look at this tier list and this is very good. Nothing here makes me angry outside of the order of the characters, which I'm gonna change in a second. But looking at each character and the tier they're placed on, I really wouldn't change much. This is some very good work. The community has the right idea of what the tier list should be like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and change all the C tiers to match the reverse order, I guess. Whoops. And that's actually looking a lot better. I do think Videl is the strongest C tier. Yeah, I can see Ginyu. I don't know about Ginyu and Vegeta, but I think, yeah, Ginyu should be slightly stronger than Vegeta. And then the last two. Those are my C tiers. And disclaimer, tier lists can be often very subjective, obviously. It can depend a lot on your personal experience. If you play a lot of Dragon Ball online, you're gonna have a different opinion than people that play a lot of Dragon Ball offline. I'm gonna try to make this an offline tier list. There's stuff online that is super scary, and it gets me every time. But I'm gonna try to keep in mind my experience with local tournaments, with the World Tour tournaments, and all that stuff. Well, I've been to one World Tour tournament. It's not a flex, it's just sad. So with that in mind, B tiers, let's move on to them. So the most voted on B tier was Android 16. I don't think that means he's the strongest, that just means he's kind of somewhere in the middle. That said, the votes are kind of meaningless right now. I'm just gonna put my personal thoughts into this. The strongest character in B tier, and I would almost promote him, but I'm not quite gonna do that, is Hit. No doubt in my mind, Hit is the strongest character of these ones right here. 16 fell hard, but he's still a B tier. He wouldn't climb below this. I do think he's stronger than Tien. Tien has the damage, but 16 is still 16. Janemba has some tricky stuff that I'm not too familiar with. I'm gonna say Majin Buu is gonna go here. So is Frieza. And maybe Janemba. I'm also gonna take Beerus and put him over Nappa. And I'm kinda happy with how that looks right now. I would even say no, Majin Buu over Frieza. And that might just be matchup knowledge, but Majin Buu is a lot scarier for me. At this point though, putting a character in front of another, it's such a small difference. Like, we're not even talking about a full tier above them, we're just talking about slight rank change. And I don't know about 17, he got buffed a bunch, but I don't think he's stronger than Beerus. And actually Nappa got some decent buffs too. Okay, I like how that B tier is looking. Coolio, let's get to some more interesting things. Up here, A tier is where you can find the vast majority of characters, and I think that's actually the case. I feel like A tier is the perfect balance. You have a lot of characters with some obvious flaws, but also some very obvious strengths. And I think this is the goal whenever there's a patch, is to put characters on this tier right here. Because you want them to be very viable, but you don't want them to be broken. So everyone just picks them. And looking at the number of characters on A tier, I think that speaks mountains to Dragon Ball FighterZ balance. Because yes, you might see a lot of teams using these top tiers because they are the top tiers, but an unbalanced game would never have these many characters just tied for the same tier. Despite what the surface might show, I think Dragon Ball FighterZ is an extremely well-balanced game. There are some exceptions to that rule, obviously, the top tiers, but look at the majority of the roster, you can find them on A tier, and that's awesome. That said, I do think there are some high-quality A tiers on this group, and some low-quality A tiers. I'm gonna do some rough organizing here, and then take you through what I'm thinking. Alright, this isn't quite ordered yet, but from Broly to Trunks Android 18, we have the good A tier characters, and then from Android 21 to Gotenks, we have the bad A tier characters. Keep in mind, they're still A tiers. They are not below B, okay? They are still on the A rank, but they are clearly not as good as the other ones. So maybe like you could do some splits here with A- or A+ or whatever you want. It's easier to start at the edges, I think. So Gotenks, I actually considered lowering him to B tier. I don't know though. Gotenks still has amazing normals. The thing is, like, he lost so much mix when they removed the multiple overhead stuff, and he's kind of a technical character. Like, ghost setups are not easy, and the reward you get from them isn't that big, if you can even get a conversion off of that, because you never know which ghost is gonna hit, and you need to have incredible reactions. Gotenks is hard to play. That said, he still has amazing neutral, he still has great mix. His assist, though, I feel like his assist got nerfed, not with the patch notes, but when Janemba got added. Gotenks works perfectly with characters like Vegeta, for instance, but when Janemba got added, I feel like his assist was able to replace a lot of the stuff Gotenks did. That said, I still think Gotenks is a stronger character than Janemba, so I don't see a reason why you would replace him with Janemba at all. I'm gonna keep Gotenks here. He's gonna be at the bottom of the A tier. I don't think there's a worse character in this category. As for the strongest character, I'm having a lot of trouble ordering from Broly to Android 18. I feel like Cell has fallen, so let's put him below here. Like, Android 18 could just as easily be the number one in this tier list. I think it's between Broly and Base Vegeta. Base Vegeta is being a bit overhyped right now because Sonic Fox picked him last tournament and all that. Vegeta's mix-ups only work because he's got Kid Buu on his team, okay? Vegeta's insane, Vegeta's an A tier for sure. Don't give him too much credit though. His assist is still super situational. I don't like it at all. Broly is just a zoning god, stagger pressure god with the armor and the command grabs. Yeah, Broly might be the number one for me on this tier list, on the A ranks. But then you have a character like Base Goku, who Wawa just showed us a bunch of tech with this guy, and then the Spirit Bomb just works with a bunch of different characters like that. The latest patch, which was a year ago, gave an immense bonus to Base Goku by allowing a bunch of characters to give him a Spirit Bomb setup. He just works with a lot more teams now. He's much more reliable without requiring specific characters. I'm gonna say Gogeta is gonna go just ahead of Piccolo, behind Base Goku. Yamcha is not only about the assists. Yamcha is actually a legit character. He just lacks damage, that's it. I would actually still put him maybe behind Base Goku. And this order is looking hot. Okay, starting to get somewhere. Then for the second half of this list, Android 21 is in a great position. Broly is maybe a bit too low. I would put him above Goku. I would put him above Vegeta. I would actually put Vegeta below Goku Blue. And Zamasu cooler. Might swap these two. Goku Black, Gotenks. The rest I think is good. Give me a second to see if I like this. Yeah, I like it. Moving on. S rank tiers. So, let's start with the elephant in the room. Goku GT Kid Buu. There's a lot of debate on who's the best character. Is it Goku GT? Is it Kid Buu? Definitely no, not you. My opinion, Kid Buu, hands down. And the reason why the community voted Goku GT, I think, in my personal opinion, is that Goku GT is a lot easier to play. If you want to do a Spirit Bomb combo, that's much easier than doing a good Kid Buu mix-up. Kid Buu is sort of a technical character. At high level, pros have no problem playing him, of course. But if you take a complete beginner and give them Kid Buu and GT Goku, they're gonna get used to GT Goku a lot faster. It's just a lot easier to play him, and I think that gives you the illusion that he's a lot stronger, but in my opinion, still Kid Buu. Not only for the character and the amazing mix-up potential he has, but also for the assist. He's the best assist in the game mix-up wise. He gives 50-50 mix-ups to almost the entire cast. And while Goku GT's assist is absolutely nuts, it's really good. In my opinion, the best one for neutral. It's not even the horizontal beam, it's Goku GT's beam. Beam! Say words right! Being locked down on Kid Buu's assist is the scariest thing a pro can run into. So, strongest character in fighters, for me personally, Kid Buu, followed by GT Goku, and then this order isn't quite right in my opinion. I would say Bardock is the worst one of these characters. Did I just get fucking controversial here? Right, I got controversial. I'm not alone when I say Bardock is what a Dragon Ball FighterZ character should be. He feels like the embodiment of Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think Doya said something similar. He has all the tools that you would want without any of them being broken. The thing is, he's got all the tools. But if you pick up Bardock and try to play him locally, not online with your auto combo bullshit, you'll find that his normals aren't actually that good. I mean, still S rank, but he's not a Super Saiyan Goku who just throws a mid in the air and catches you. You gotta be a lot more precise with Bardock's timing, and that's why I'm gonna put him at the bottom of the S rank tier. As for the Gohans, I don't think they belong together. I think this Goku actually belongs here. And it's not just the beam assist, Goku is a great character. How many Dragon Ball sets have you watched with Goku doing a comeback at the end? Hands down, one of the best anchors in the game. I would risk saying the best anchor in the game, actually. And yeah, for the rest, Teen Gohan, still crazy mix-ups. Nerf that goddamn auto combo, please. Adult Gohan, a lot trickier to play, for real. But if you get his tech down, super strong. And that kind of does it for the S-rank tiers. Yep. I'd say that's my tier list. I could be maybe swayed to like swap some places, but no major changes, I would say. But let me know what you guys think of this tier list. Is there any character you would switch tiers? I'm not talking about changing their place because they're stronger than some other character on the same tier. I'm talking like drastic changes. I would put Jiren on A tier. And by that I mean the A rank tier, not a random tier. You get what I mean. I want to hear your thoughts. Also, who do you think is the strongest character? Kid Buu or Kid Goku? Maybe someone else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku and I'll see you next time. Bye!